Second round stimulus checks of $600 have begun to be deposited into bank accounts over the past few days, but the current session of Congress is expiring today, Sunday at noon. What happened to the $2,000 checks? And what's going on with the over $5,000 in other aid? And what if you don't receive your check? Answers to these questions and more when we continue. Before we get started, I'm required to let you know that the information contained in this video is being provided free of charge for general education purposes and is not to be construed as financial, tax, nor legal advice. Please seek a financial advisor, CPA, or attorney for information related to your individual situation. I couldn't resist. Okay, let's first talk about the second round stimulus checks that started going out this past week. Those payments started depositing into eligible bank accounts the night of December 29th. And if you receive the first stimulus payment, you should receive the second stimulus payment automatically via the same method. If for some reason that is not possible and you are eligible, you should receive a paper check via the mail. Social Security beneficiaries and those receiving other benefits who received your first payment via the Direct Express should receive it the same way, or you may receive it via a debit card. Now, who was considered eligible this time around for the second stimulus check? Individual filers with income of $75,000 or below, heads of household with income of $112,500 or below, and joint filers of $150,000 or below were considered eligible for the full $600 payment this time. However, the reduction rate in the stimulus payment this time around is at the same rate of reduction as it was for the first stimulus check. And last time the payment was based on your 2018 or 2019 returns. This time it's based on 2019 only. And if you have children dependents, this time around those payments will be $600 rather than $500. So $100 more this time for eligible dependents. Now let's talk about what happens if you do not receive your second stimulus payment check and you believe that you are eligible. If you do not receive the second round stimulus check and you believe that you are eligible, the first thing that you can do is check the Get My Payment tool on the IRS website. It is supposed to be updated with new information and should, first of all, be able to let you know whether or not you are eligible and also let you know just where are they sending the payment. Now, keep in mind that the payment method this second round may be different from the payment method the first round for some reason. So according to the IRS website, you can check the Get My Payment tool to determine your eligibility and the method of payment. But I would also check other locations such as your mail, other accounts that you may have used in the past for direct deposit with your taxes, and also check for a debit card just to make sure you're covering all the bases before you conclude that you have not received a payment. Okay, but if you get to the end of this month, January 2021, and you've determined that you have not received the payment and you believe that you are eligible, then keep in mind that these payments are what are considered a recovery rebate credit. It's an advance payment of what shall be called the recovery rebate credit, which means that you should be allowed to claim the credit on your 2020 tax return if you are eligible for the payment but do not receive it by the end of this month, January 2021. but check with your tax advisor for more information and details about your personal situation and to advise you as to whether or not you would be able to take that credit. But that recovery rebate credit could be an option for you if it is indeed determined that you are eligible to receive the second round stimulus payment and your payment did not come by the end of this month. Okay, next, let's talk about the change in unemployment benefits. But before we do that, if you are enjoying the content, if this information is helping you in any way, like and subscribe. And make sure you hit the notification bell so that you are aware when I put up more content that can help you or someone you know and love. And if this content has helped you, please share it with someone who could also use this information. And in that way, you are paying it forward. And if you are someone who received a notice concerning having to repay unemployment benefits, please listen toward the end and I will provide some information concerning possible forgiveness of that amount. Okay. The COVID relief bill is supposed to allow individuals with approved unemployment claims to now receive an extra $300 per week on top of your current unemployment benefits. And this begins with the week ending Sunday, December the 27th, and goes through March the 14th of this year. Also, an extra $100 per week is supposed to be available to self-employed individuals. So that would mean instead of the $300 extra per week, a $400 extra benefit amount per week through March 14th for self-employed individuals who are considered mixed wage earners. So that would be those who are W-2 wage earners plus self-employed and were previously told that you could not have your self-employed income included in your unemployment benefit calculation. So now that 1099 income is supposed to be included, and the $100 extra in addition to the $300 extra that W-2 wage earners receive is supposed to partially correct the fact that your unemployment benefit calculation did not previously include your 1099 income. All right, so now what's the fine print for these payments? Well, first of all, the benefit payments are unfortunately not retroactive. I know, I said the same thing. But the extra benefit payments are available now through the 14th of March. And to qualify for the extra $100 payments, you need to have earned at least $5,000 in self-employment income. And you will need to provide proof of that 1099 income to your state. And just keep in mind that it is up to the discretion of your state to participate or not in the mixed earners portion of the relief bill. There is language that gives them the discretion to participate or not participate. So just check with your state agency to determine whether or not they are participating in that portion of the COVID relief bill. But hopefully they are, and that will provide you with some additional funds. So are you thinking of any questions at this point? If so, leave a comment on the video on my YouTube channel and I will try my best to answer them for you. And in case you are curious, the $300 and $100 extra payments stem from the extensions of two programs within the CARES Act that were due to expire. And those are the Pandemic Unemployment Emergency Compensation Program, also known as PUEC, and the Pandemic Unemployment Assistance Program, also known as PUA. Okay, now let's talk about unemployment overpayments. So the COVID relief bill includes language that allows states to waive the return of the overpayment. So in plain terms, that basically says that if the overpayment is the state's error and not yours, they may allow, and that being the state, may allow you to keep it at this point. So that's at the discretion of your state again. So it's not an automatic forgiveness at this point. But the language included in the bill is supposed to, at this point, allow states to forgive the unemployment benefit overpayment at their discretion. So if you do not receive further information in this regard, you may want to be in contact with your state agency or your attorney to obtain more information concerning obtaining a waiver or an appeal based on the language in the relief bill. So these are the funds that are currently available to serve as aid to many of us who are in need of some assistance. I realize that these are not the original amounts that we were told were going to be provided. Of course, the $2,000 second stimulus check amount did not make it past the House, and now we have to wait to see what a new Congress will do as far as that payment. And unfortunately, the unemployment benefit payments were not made retroactive. But these amounts, if they do apply to you, are some help for the next few months. And hey, every bit helps at this point, right? Okay. So hopefully these are some solutions for you to help to bridge the gap over the next few months. I know it has been a very trying time for a lot of us, but do not give up. Please make sure you stay encouraged. If these are not the solutions for you, there will be one. Just trust in Almighty God and believe that something will come your way. I lift my eyes unto the hills. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord who made heaven and earth. So don't give up. Hang in there. And remember, we are all essential, and that includes you. Make sure you stop back and see me. I have some more for you coming soon. That's right.